over, I've had people say to me, I thought everything was okay. What happened? My name is Lee Balcom, and I'm the Internet's leading marriage expert. Sometimes a marriage crisis seems to be out of the blue for people, and when that happens, sometimes it feels like your entire life may seem to be destroyed. Now, in reality, a crisis does not occur overnight. These things take a long time to develop. Sometimes we miss the clues, sometimes we miss what's happening, but it didn't just happen out of the blue, and it didn't just happen overnight. Instead, it builds over time. And however, there are times when one or both people pretended everything is okay. You may have kind of made a choice to say, well, everything's okay, as good as it's going to be. But finally, someone cannot take it. And when that happens, that's when it feels like it's out of the blue. Now, trust me, I've heard all the stories. I've heard people say, well, they said they loved me yesterday, then they left today. I've heard people say, we were just on vacation. We had a great time. What happened? I've heard people say, I knew we had problems, but I thought we were okay right now. I just thought we would deal with them later. And suddenly they're faced with the situation of a spouse saying, I'm finished, I'm done. Now, while this may seem unfair when you thought everything was okay, it's often one person, your spouse perhaps, trying to spare you the feelings that they've had inside for a long time. So they keep trying to hold it together so they don't hurt your feelings. And finally, they just can't take it anymore. And so what seemed like everything was going okay, finally the truth comes out. They're no longer playing. And that's a great place to be. It's better than faking it. At least it's on the table. Maybe both of you are busy with everyday life, and then finally one said, I can't take it anymore. But whatever the reason, at least we're on to honesty now. The reality is the crisis has been in the making for some time. Both of you have been looking for what is the choice, which direction should we go. One of you maybe is acting on that now. And the question is how to move forward. What do you do when that's the feeling? You want to shift your focus. Get away from what can be done. Move to what can be done, not what has happened. Get away from that whole question of why did this happen? Why am I getting hit out of the blue? Move to what do I do now? Don't get caught up in the feelings of confusion. That keeps you asking useless questions. Instead, learn about how to save your marriage, and you can do that by going now to www.savethemarriage.com. That's www.savethemarriage.com.